Hey, this is Dan and Michelle with Honeymoon Always, and today we are at Sandals Dunn's River Resort. Now this is my second time being here, so we already have a video that's a full tour of the resort. But today we're gonna share 14 of our best tips of what you should know before booking your stay at Sandals Dunn's River. If you need help booking your stay at Sandals, you can contact us. We can help you just like a travel agent, and our contact information will be in the description below. We can help you with picking out a room, picking out a resort, whatever you need. Or if these videos are enough for you to be ready to book, we'll put a link in the description to Sandals to book directly. But if you click that link, it lets Sandals know that we were helpful and supports this channel.
Before we dive into our tips, I want to give you some quick info about the resort. Sandals Dunn's River is one of Sandals' newest resorts, being considered Sandals 2.0, and we think they did a phenomenal job. They elevated everything, perhaps most importantly in the dining experiences. This resort offers 12 specialty restaurants, 9 bars, including a swim-up bar, and of course, it's all included in the cost of your stay. There are unlimited water and land sports, snorkeling, a state-of-the-art fitness center, nightly entertainment, 5 big beautiful pools, and 2 lengthy river pools.
So our first tip is to be strategic about the room that you book. We love a swim-up suite, and that's what we're in right now. But they moved us to a sky pool suite because we were here during the hurricane. And what you should know is that if you're here during the winter, those sky pools can be a little bit chilly. So we may recommend a different type of room if that's when you're coming and you want to use those pools. Additionally, people have asked us about the construction noise that will be coming from the building of Sandals Royal Dunn's River next door. And we can tell you that first they're going to be building overwater villas on one side of the resort, and once that's finished, they'll start construction on Sandals Royal Dunn's River. So if you're sensitive to construction noise and want to avoid that, we recommend working with a travel agent like us to book a room that will be free or further from that construction noise while that's still happening. Now, since the construction will be on the far end of the resort, I wouldn't worry too much about the construction noise. Obviously, you've got beautiful ocean noise and the wind and lots of atmospheric music during the day. But if that is sensitive to you, then that's what we would recommend.
We do have a few rooms we can show you here. The first is a beautiful swim-up suite. Next is a room with that same layout, but it actually has a sky pool. And last, we have one of Sandals' iconic rondoval suites. This suite comes with a telescope and a rooftop terrace where you can see the stars.
Our next tip is to keep your eye on the 777 deals that Sandals has. They change the categories every week as to what rooms they apply towards, but if your suite or one that you're interested in goes on sale before you take your trip, then you can actually switch to the better deal. We actually keep track of all of our clients so that way we can move them, and just last week we saved someone like $600, so that's a really great way to save money even after you've booked. Our next tip is if you don't want to book a butler suite, you can always book a pool cabana for the day that comes with butler service. It is a fraction of the cost of what it would be to book a butler suite for your entire stay, and it comes with butler service for that day. So they're going to save the cabana for you, they will bring you lunch, they will bring you drinks, and so you get to experience that butler level service, just not for your entire stay.
Our Our next tip is, if the beach is really important to you, know before you go. We had a client reach out to us recently who was really concerned that they heard there were rocks in this beach. And we had looked at the beach and we didn't see any rocks, so we were a little confused. So I actually sent Dan out into the ocean to see how far it took him to find rocks. And honestly, he did find some. It's a little ways out, but as you go past the rocks, there's even more sand. So there's patches of rocks, as you might expect, since sand is essentially little rocks. So if this is important to you and you don't want any rocks, this might not be the beach for you. However, we really enjoy this beach. The water is beautiful. We think you can still enjoy plenty of time in the sea, even if there are a few rocks in the ground.
Our next tip is to check in with the water sports after you have arrived to ask them everything that they provide. Because you can do water sports, you can do motorized water sports, they do snorkeling trips, and if you don't go over there and ask them, you might miss out on some really fun activities that are included in your stay. Our next tip is that at the spa, there's a pool, 2 plunge pools, a sauna, and you can use those without booking a spa service. So you just walk in the door, you'll be greeted by the front desk and let them know that you are here to enjoy the pool or whatever you'd like to do, and it is included in your stay, so you don't need to book the spa service. Another thing you cannot miss is Bloom Coffee. Now, some guests miss it the first night or two that they're here because it's up the hill a little bit. But they have specialty coffee drinks, they have a full menu. It's all from Blue Mountain Coffee here in Jamaica. And I would go there and relax while Michelle slept in a little bit, grab some banana bread because they have other treats as well.
Our next tip is actually 2 tips in 1. First thing is, at the breakfast buffet, you can actually get custom-made smoothies. It's a little bit hidden away, but we've been enjoying them every morning and they're so delicious, and you can get them made exactly how you want. But our second part of this tip is that if you make friends with the people who work here, they can give you amazing tips on food and hook you up with special things that are not on the menu. So this morning we met one of the food managers there and he recommended a Jamaican style smoothie which has nuts in it. They don't have nuts on the bar, but he said tomorrow if we go up and find him or another manager, they can make sure to get nuts that we can add into our smoothie to have a authentic Jamaican smoothie. Similarly, we made friends with our server Sabrina yesterday at the Italian restaurant, and she recommended her favorite dishes. So we got to have some amazing brisket, really good pasta, and then she brought us an off-menu dessert, affogato. So we really enjoy making friends with the people who work here because they know exactly what to order. Speaking of dining, our next tip is that if you want to hop around for dinner, you totally can. There are 3 restaurants on resort, the Italian, the Asian, and the French restaurant that all share a single kitchen. They're right next to each other. So if you want to have appetizers at one restaurant, a main dish at another restaurant, and dessert at another, you can totally do that so long as you have reservations for the French restaurant. And we definitely recommend desserts at the Italian restaurant. Additionally, we have to tell you about our favorite restaurant here on resort. This is Zuka's. It is like Bloom Coffee. It's a little bit further out of the way. So what we hear all the time is that people didn't even realize it was there or didn't try it out until later on in their vacation and were disappointed that they couldn't go back for more. This is the Latin American restaurant. The vibes are good, the food is good, the service is great. So it's a really great place to make sure you try earlier on in your stay so you can enjoy it again if you'd like to.
Now, if you've been to Sandals resorts before, you know that some of the restaurants have evening wear required for men. This means that you need pants, closed-toed shoes, and if you want to save on packing, you just have to avoid one restaurant here because only the French restaurant requires evening wear attire. And there's so many other dining options to choose from. Additionally, only 2 restaurants here require reservations, and that's the French restaurant and the Jerk Shack for dinner. So when it comes to dining here, you can really relax when you're choosing what you're gonna do for dinner. And one more tip is to enjoy the specialty cocktail menus at the different bars and lounges. You got Lapidos Lounge, which has its own menu. You got the Rum Club, which is open until 2 a.m., has DJs. You can get flights of rum, or you can get cocktails, or even really great food. Or we're actually in Ocarinas right now, which has a beautiful view from the 5th floor and its own specialty cocktail menu. The top recommended drinks are the Painkiller at the Rum Club or the Millionaire's Drink at Lapidos Lounge.
We actually have one more bonus tip for you, which is do not sleep on the nightly entertainment team. They are so talented at this resort. I was genuinely blown away. You can check the schedule when you arrive and be prepared to enjoy some really talented folks.
To know before booking at Sandals Dunn's River in Jamaica. If this video has been helpful, we hope you will like this video, subscribe to our channel, follow along with us on Instagram at Honeymoon Always, and if you'd like help booking your Sandals vacation, you can contact us using the link in the description. We also have a link down there to book Sandals yourself if you want to let Sandals know we helped you. Thank you so much, and we'll see you at the next stop.